A while ago, I shared a story on this channel about how I kept a secret from my father for years. Not for a few days, not for a few months, but for years. The surprising part is not that I kept the secret. The surprising part is that looking back now, the signs were everywhere, yet nobody saw them. And that's what worries me as a parent today. Because many children who are struggling don't come out to say something is wrong. Instead, they show us the signs. The scary part, most parents still miss these signs. Not because they are bad parents, not because they don't care, but because children often become very good at hiding what hurts them. If you are new here, my name is Clara. I'm a mother of two preteens. And on this channel, we have honest conversation about raising emotionally healthy children in today's world. Today, I'm sharing 5 signs your child may be keeping a secret. And one of these signs was the biggest clue in my own childhood. Neither my father nor I understood what it meant at that time. But looking back, it was impossible to miss. So let's start with the signs most parents get wrong. Many people assume children who are struggling become quiet. Sometimes they do, but many children do the exact opposite. They become very busy. There's more activities, gaming, more scrolling, and more screen time, and more distraction. Anything that keeps them from sitting alone with their thoughts. Looking back, this was one of the signs I showed. I love reading. So when that was going on, I was always buried in books. When something is bothering a child, distraction can feel safer than reflection. Because if you are always busy, you never have to sit with what is hurting you. So if your child suddenly seems unable to be still, please pay attention. Because sometimes busyness isn't productivity. Sometimes it is avoidance. But the next sign is even easier to miss because most parents dismiss it as a normal part of growing up. As your child becomes unusually irritable, snappy, short-tempered, quick to anger, emotional secrets create emotional pressure. And pressure rarely stays hidden, it leaks out. So a child who can't talk about what is hurting them often becomes frustrated by everything else. Small inconveniences suddenly create big reactions. A simple question becomes an argument. A small correction becomes a meltdown. Not because they are dramatic, not because they are being disrespectful, but because they are carrying something heavy that nobody can see. Looking back, people probably thought I was just being moody all the time. I remember I was always said to be saucy. But what they didn't realize was that there were emotions I didn't know how to express. And the next sign was one of the biggest clues. The surprising part, most people assume it means nothing, but sometimes it means everything. Pay attention when a child suddenly doesn't want to go somewhere they once enjoyed. School, sports, a friend's house, a relative house, a family gathering. Many children won't tell you what is wrong. Instead, they try to avoid whatever is making them uncomfortable. And unfortunately, adults often respond with pressure too. You are going. Stop being difficult. There's no reason to be afraid. But what if there is a reason? The question shouldn't be, why are you being difficult? The better question is, what happened that makes you not want to go? Sometimes that simple question opens a door a child has been trying to open for a very long time. But sign number 4 is the one that worries me most as a parent. Because by this time, Children are often working very hard to keep the adult out. New password, deleted messages, hidden screen, closing app when you walk into the room. Now, before anyone panics, privacy is normal, especially for preteens and teenagers. But sudden secrecy is different. When openness becomes secrecy, know that something has changed. And that change deserves your curiosity. Not accusation, not interrogation, curiosity. Because children often reveal more when they feel safe than when they feel watched. The goal isn't to become a detective. The goal is to remain approachable. Because children usually don't tell the truth when they feel cornered, but they tell the truth when they feel safe. Now, we come to the final sign, the one that breaks my heart the most. Because looking back, this was probably the biggest clue in my own story. Not their worries, not their friendship, not school, not what happened online, not what upset them, nothing. The conversation becomes shorter, it becomes one-sided, emotionless. Fine, okay, nothing. And while every child needs privacy sometimes, emotional withdrawal can be a warning sign, especially when it appears suddenly. Children often stop sharing long before adults realize there's a problem. Looking back, this was probably my biggest clue. I stopped talking about what I was carrying long before I ever talked about it. And the longer children carry something alone, the harder it becomes to put it into words. Here is what every parent needs to remember. A child keeping a secret doesn't automatically mean something terrible has happened. Sometimes they are protecting themselves. Sometimes they are protecting someone else. And sometimes they are protecting you. I know that because when I finally told my father the truth about the secret I had carried for years, he asked me one question. He said, "Why didn't you tell me?" My answer surprised him. Because I didn't want to hurt you. That's a lesson I've never forgotten. Good children keep secrets too. Not always because they don't trust their parents, sometimes because they love their parents. The goal isn't to force your child to talk. The goal is to create a relationship where they feel safe enough to. Because children rarely open up when they feel pressured, but they often open up when they feel understood. And sometimes, being understood is exactly what gives them the courage to finally speak. Have you ever noticed any of these signs in a child? Let me know in the comments. And if you are raising preteen or teenager, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because the most important conversation happens before there is a problem. And every child deserves at least one adult they feel completely safe talking to.